Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and tonight we have a four-star running back out of Derby High School, out of Wichita, Kansas. Pleasure to have you on the show, Dylan.
Thank you for having me. Thank
All
you.
right. Hey, Dylan, tell our audience a little bit about yourself. I think off camera when I first called you, I was like, man, what's your claim to fame? You was like to yourself, what are you talking about? But as you tell me a little bit about yourself, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, how long you've been playing football and where you played, and talk about some of the coaches and different people that were influential in you building your skill set to where it's at now.
Yes, I started playing the game of football when I was 3. I played flag football to start off with until I got about the age of like 5 or 6. Then we finally got into some pads or whatever.
Who were some of
My
the
first,
coaches? That's what I'm saying. Don't forget to name some of the coaches. And you know, you learned something at each stage of the game and who you learned it from. Give them their little props. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, my first coach was really my dad. I mean, he taught me the game and taught me how to
What's his
hold the
name?
ball. And
Because they don't know who
Leon
your
Edwards.
dad is. Go
Yes,
ahead.
my dad's name is Leon Edwards. He's from Wichita, Kansas, born and raised, and I mean, he's so-called, legend here in Wichita. He did his thing and he has records that he holds in Wichita and he's in the
For
Wichita
what?
Hall of Fame and all that. So I mean,
Hall of Fame in what? Let the people know.
football, football.
Yeah, well, I'm saying they don't know.
Yeah, yeah. He went to the Southeast. He was a running back too, and he was really good. He went off to play at Kansas State, and he was just a really good football player. I mean
All
he's in the
right.
Wichita Hall of
We're
Fame
going to
for
talk
sure.
about you, but now that you said that, the first thing I would want to ask you is that pressure on you being that man's son and, you following in his footsteps. Do you feel pressure?
No, I don't feel no pressure. I know if I put in the work, the outcome would be great. So I mean, I just do the best I can, and hopefully it shows on the field every Friday.
All right, let's get back to you coming up through the ranks. Talk about if your dad was the only one that influenced you, that's what it is. But if there's some other people, give them their little props as you was coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, as I was coming up, I mean, I had some of the best coaches to play for. I think, Deion Sanders, the legend, the cornerback. Everybody knows him, Neon Dion. Prime time. I mean, that was one of the coolest coaches I have, and I mean, he was real close with my family, and we're still close with him. Um, he was a great coach, and we lived in Dallas actually, and we played it with his organization, and it was very nice. And they taught me the ins and outs of football, and my football IQ got real good when I was with them. So when I came to Kansas, it was easy to catch on the defenses and have a different play style than everybody else because I come from a different cloth. Texas football is way different, and I think I carried that on when I came to Kansas, and that's probably why I'm a
Y'all live and breathe football down there in Texas. It's no game down there, audience. If you don't know, it can be OK Corral when it comes to that competition. They bulldog you for real. And the Saturday night game or the Friday night game, that's big time. That's Super Bowl time every Friday night down there in Texas. Or am I wrong?
Yes, sir. I know every time I went to a high school game, it looked like a college game, to be honest. So, I mean, right now, the school I go to in Kansas, Derby High School, I mean, the whole town comes to our games. So it's kind of like a Texas kind of feel. So, I mean, I'm just blessed to have a city supporting us, every Friday night. And I'm just happy to be out there
All
with my
right.
guys.
So at Derby, how long you been there?
I've been here about, let's say like 8 years.
Been
But
here
like,
8 years.
yeah, I'm
All
a
right.
junior now though, so it's my 3rd year in high school.
Yeah. All right. You played all 3 years.
Varsity?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah,
just saying play. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
I've
saying you
been
big
playing.
time. You like, Mr. Nelson, what do you keep asking me about these baby JV questions?
No, I've been playing varsity since I was a freshman.
Yeah. All right. Run down your season, that freshman season.
My freshman season, I ended off with, I think, 545 yards or 445 yards. I'm not sure, but I had a pretty solid freshman season, and I
How
got
much
on a lot
playing
of
time
rookies.
was you getting? Or was you
I played
starting or
every.
what? Huh?
I played. No, I was not starting. I played every game though. I was behind a really good running back. He was actually the number one running back in the state, Trey Washington, and he taught me the ins and outs of high school football and how to run the system we have at Derby. So I mean, I'm just grateful for him, to be honest.
I like that. I like that in you. All right. So your sophomore season, over the summer, talk about your mindset after you had 500 for not, starting and being a freshman. That's quite a few yards there, baby boy. Tell me this: what was your mindset coming into your uh, sophomore year?
My mindset was really, get faster, bigger, stronger, you know, just lift more and, just work on my craft during the off season. Cause I know if I did that, my sophomore year was going to be a great one. And it was, cause I put in the time and effort, in the off season and it
Talk
showed.
about your sophomore year.
My
from
sophomore year was
from
great.
hold it from the first game, run down a couple of games and then run down what you think was some of your best games.
Some of my best games were probably the Mays game and against Avery Johnson. Uh, Probably the Newton game and
What stands
probably
out? That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
So
Talk about.
the Mays game, I had 3 touchdowns in I think 4 minutes. So I was having a pretty big game during the first half of that game, and then the Newton game, I had about 245 yards with 4 touchdowns, and that was a really good game. I think that really showed I could really play with the upperclassmen
Yeah.
because I was only a sophomore. And then the campus game, I was sick that game, and I think it was one of my best games. I had like 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only like 3 quarters. So I mean, my sophomore year was great, and I had 1,833 rushing yards and 315 receiving yards. So all around, it was over 2,000 all-purpose yards, and not to add my kick return and punt return yards and touchdowns too. So it was a great year.
What are you looking forward to accomplishing this year, and what have you done already this season?
Um, this coming up game, for our fifth game of the season, I could break 1,000 rushing yards and in only 5 games. So I only need 233 yards to break that for this coming up game, and hopefully I can make that happen. By the help of my linemen, they're great. So that's the only reason why I'm successful right
I
now.
was just, man, boy, hey, man. See, I know Dion and them done really hooked you up with the answers. Yeah, I was just I'm saying, when you've been coached really good, they tell you what to appreciate. But you as a running back really understand how important that line is to your health and your yardage. And I was getting ready to ask you, how do you appreciate your linemen? But you beat me to the damn question.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Me and my lineman, we're very close. We text every day, and we have a group chat, just talking, joking around all the time. We go out to eat, or we have team dinners on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we all just bond, and we're a very tight group of teammates. And I think that's with all of my teammates. I'm really close with all of them.
Hey, flex for my people.
You said flex?
Oh, baby. Yeah, go ahead and flex for my people, man. I want you. You've been in the weight room. Hey, I want to see you flex.
You want to see? You want to see me flex?
Yeah. Listen, Nelson don't have nothing here. But go ahead and give me a flex, a real quick flex. Yeah, all right. You got some guns.
Yeah.
Hey, when you get my age and your stuff, look, your stuff be flabby, you'll be saying, dang, I used to flex. Yeah. So with me saying that, I was going to lead in with the weight room. How important is that weight room to you?
The weight
And
room
your
is very
success?
important. Yeah, the weight room is very important. I know during the wintertime, we have a thing called hoggy lifting, and I'll go in there and lift with my linemen, and, they'll help me out, just getting bigger and stronger, really. That's the best thing, you can do, build your relationship in the weight room. So on the field, it'll come natural.
Like a 4-star, 5-star athlete like yourself, how are you paying attention to your diet?
Yes, it's very
How
important.
important? See, because in these interviews, I like for them to be informative for other athletes if they looking at the damn thing. That for star athletes, that you're not playing around just in the gym. Y'all got a bunch of other things that are making y'all star athletes. Talk about how you feel about your caloric intake.
Yes, I mean, my parents cook good meals, they send me to school with, spaghetti or like Alfredo or like chicken breast and some vegetables on the side. So, I mean, it's nothing too like, major. I just, take everything I can get and, snack throughout the day so I can, keep a little bit of weight on me during the season because I know I lose a lot due to running so much. So,
You
that's
know,
pretty
when I
much
was
it.
talking tough to you off camera when we was on the phone, and I was like, man, what make you so great for the people to be calling me talking about you need to have this brother on and blah, blah, blah. And you gave me some of your credentials, and then I asked you something about who's looking at you, right? I
Yeah.
think you know my mind. Tell the audience some of the people that are looking at you as a junior.
I currently hold 12 Division 1 offers from
Ow, don't hurt nobody, Slick. Run
yeah.
it down. Run it down. Some
Um,
of them.
from from schools like the University of Kentucky, the University of Arizona, the University of Minnesota, North Texas,
Don't let
K.
them don't let them get all of them. We don't want to let them know everything cuz
Yeah,
yeah.
just schools like that, Power Five schools, and I'm blessed to be in that position, and I stay humble and just keep on working on my craft.
So, this season, what we looking to do, man?
I look to have 2,000 rushing yards and some more receiving yards as well, more than last year, and I hope to get about.
How you come out the backfield? I'm saying you come out the backfield pretty decent. I'm saying you got some hands.
Yes, I got some hands. Yeah, I worked on a lot during this off season, during 7-on-7 and stuff like that. So I think I can run great routes out of the backfield, and I can carry the rock too. So I think I'm a pretty solid player.
What would you consider your best attributes?
All of them. I think I'm an all-purpose back, so I can do everything. I can catch out the backfield, run, kick off, punt return. So I'm just an offensive threat.
Do you pattern your game after anybody specifically?
I watch my dad's tapes a lot, and I also, from an NFL back comparison, I like the Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. Those are the two, running backs that are leading the NFL right now. That people look at and see where the game's going, and I think the game's going to where the running back has to catch the ball out the backfield. So it's better to be an offensive threat instead of just a one dimension. Just running the ball.
Yeah. What kind of speed you got, son?
I run a 4.3840.
Oh, ho. That's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
That is lightning in a bottle, people. If you don't know what 4.3 is, I ran track the United States track team. I was running 4.5, and that is lightning. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you definitely the real deal. Uh, Now, since Cascade Sports is home of the student athlete, how important is your books? Because that's where the tire meets the road for us.
Yes, my grades mean a lot to me. I know my parents are very hard on me, and I know if I didn't have the grades, I know colleges wouldn't be looking at me. So, having a good grade point average and worth ethic in the classroom is really, something that is very important to me. I have a 3.4 GPA, and it's constantly rising, every semester. So, I just try to keep my head in them books, and so I can, be successful on the field as well.
Boy, I like your profile, baby boy. I like your profile. I told you when you first came on camera, you had something about yourself that at least Mr. Nelson's seen. The smile, and the everything. You do know that you're a walking bank book, don't you?
Oh,
I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
That's with Cascade Sports, like we got some clinics coming on, and we have financial literacy counselors come on our skills, and you do your skills, but then we have you taking interviews and telling you what it is. You're a walking bank book, and how you present yourself and your team and all of that's going to make a difference in what your worth is. And I think you got the full package, myself, and I want to commend you on your effort, because see, these guys that want to be where you at, most of them don't know nothing about 24/7. That's all you got on your mind. And every time you get a little bit of success, that just makes you push harder. Or am Mr. Nelson wrong?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know other kids would like to be in this position, and I mean, I don't try to take it to where my head gets too big. I keep a level head and steady head, and
But you put my point being, people want to be where you're at, but they don't want to pay the price that you paid.
no, they don't want to put in the work that I put in.
It's like I see the star on Saturday. I see the NBA guys on game day, but they didn't work the whole lifetime. That's all they did, 24/7. And so, I appreciate your modesty and your humbleness, because you're in a great position, but you also know you deserve to be there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So in closing this, do you have anything that you'd like to say to the overall audience, and possibly to some young athletes that you might can help them get in the right mindset?
If I had to talk to anyone, it would be just cherish the moments you have. High school only comes around once, and I'm gonna cherish these last 2 years of my high school, career or whatever. So I'm just happy to, play football and, just keep on pushing and grinding to be where I want to be.
Hey man, it's a pleasure having young student athletes like yourself on our show. And it was a pleasure for me to meet you. And I'm thinking that we're gonna have to bring the cameras up to Wichita before the season's out, and try to catch you in action, and a couple of other things, other athletes that we want to target in Wichita. And
yeah, you guys should definitely come to the Mays versus Derby game next week. I know it's gonna be packed, and we do play Avery Johnson. That's one of my best friends. Also, I treat him as my brother. So
you playing Mr. Tom Brady, baby boy. I think you already know what's up with that kid. So
yeah, I definitely do. I played with him when I was little. So
you ready to take him down a notch?
Abe?
Yeah, the team. I'm saying, hold it. When I met him, right? His personal trainer, Brian Butler, introduced me to him. And you know how I did with you. I'm like, what makes you so big shot that I need to be interviewing you? So Butler was saying about this kid, Avery. I'm like, I don't know him. And so I said, well, Dad, this was late Friday or Saturday morning. And I said, well, they have the Friday night games. What's this kid do? Didn't he play yesterday? He said, yeah. I said, what'd he do? He said, score 5 touchdowns. I was like, uh-oh, let me get myself together. Because, yeah, hey, man, you in the game, people, I did this and did that. And when you look into it, they haven't even tripped over themselves. Les Small ran 25 yards. But when I did the interview, just like doing the interview with you, real deal. You the real deal. And as I said before you got on, I said, being natural, doing what we doing, conversating, real deal. You didn't stutter on any of the questions I asked you. You the real deal. You know, you a student of the game. You know that?
Yeah.
You had all your stuff. I asked these athletes, are they students of the game? Yeah, I watch the NFL, or if they bat out. That's not a student of the game. Do you know the history of the game? Do you know the greats of the game? Do you know it? Both of y'all are students of the game. And
Yes,
as I said, pleasure. And you tempted me, man, to get my butt up to Wichita for that game.
yeah, you definitely should. You know, it's gonna be crazy and it's gonna be real packed. I think last year during COVID, I think we were pushing over the limit to have people at our game, and this year I know it's gonna be way crazy because
So
my freshman year.
that's gonna be the highlight of your season, most likely.
I think for game of the year, for having everybody at our game, I think that's probably gonna be the most hyped up game, and everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be crazy.
All right. Well, as we always say in closing, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. And for all you footballers, let me let you know what's up with that when it comes to Cascade Sports. We don't just bark, we'll bite.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.